Hello my dear students, welcome back to our War on the Sea Let's Play series as the US Naval Forces. Once again, coming straight off of our previous episode where we had some fair luck with our torpedo strikes finally. After trying to hit the Nagato multiple times, we did actually miss it, of course. That was not so successful. not as successful as I'd like. But we did manage to sink a Kuma, which is, a minor gain. At least we're getting some sort of return on our investment with the submarine there. Our destroyers, of course, will be that much happier to know there is a light cruiser sunk. So not the most not the largest of strategic gains there, but you can't have everything. We did sink a carrier again the other day. Otherwise, we have managed to take a few minor islands to help our command points go up. And otherwise, we're just waiting again to refuel and resupply Guadalcanal. So let's look at the strategic map and see what we can get up to today. Alrighty then, so I think the first thing to take note of is we do have some sort of task force over here, and I get the feeling this is actually submarines, because they would not have got this close to us without being detected previously. So what we're going to do is launch some aircraft from the Wasp here, and we're going to launch some Dauntlesses. We're going to launch them with bombs because we have, of course, spotted them. Let's put them straight over and see what happens there. Otherwise, we do of course have the usual suspects patrolling down these straits. We're going to try and hit them again at some point, I think. Getting a bit fed up of that now, because I do sort of want to go for the Shortland Islands here, just to bombard us, of course. To reduce the amount of float planes coming off of there. If we can reduce the airfield level there, that would be great stuff. Otherwise, not a hell of a lot going on really. I don't mind leaving this submarine here. Nothing's really out here for it to get at the moment. I do have some planes over here. We are returning to base with these bow fighters, so we'll leave that and then we'll launch some more scouts off with those when they have refueled. It is rather early in the day, and it should just be 3 more days now until we get resupplied. So I think the aim of the day is to start off by taking down this task force here and then scouting for something even bigger. And we have finally come into contact with this submarine with our Dauntlesses. I have already told them to attack, 2 just coming straight and going for whatever they can get, and the other 2 groups going for a line ahead from the stern there. Just hoping we can get it before it submerges, really. As ever, it doesn't look like we're going to quite get it. I think it is submerging there, perhaps? No? No, that's just the natural bob up and down in the water, I think. Should be absolutely fine there to get at least 1 drop off. That would be great if we could. If we could hit it with... No, there we go. I was wrong. Will our bombs impact quick enough before it gets too deep? I would love it if we could get something. But I think they're just going to impact on the surface, aren't they? Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's another safe submarine there. We're going to have to get our ships away from Guadalcanal with this out there then. Let's retreat and... we're going to have to, actually, I think a good idea would just be to split our fleets and go with the submarines over there. They'd be a little more reliable, I feel. So, not our submarines, our destroyers, of course, our submarine hunters. So let's split group here with the Napier and the Nestor. They do have some depth charges, and that should do just fine. So we're going to go straight towards it there, and we're going to, I think, try and use some... we'll just use the Air Cobras to scout out there. Just try and keep some sight on it if possible. But now that it's submerged and gone down, probably not the case. So we'll probably have to just hope it doesn't go for our Wasp, which we have started pulling back, as well as the other 2 fleets here going around this way down to the Shortland Islands. Alright then, so let's go and see how that happens. We'll see how that works. Alright, so after just a little bit too long searching, we have finally hunted down that submarine. Have paused here because it is very close to us. I don't know if you can see on your screens the reflection of us in the water just there on my cursor. So we're going to have to go extremely quickly, go as fast as we can straight over towards that. I'm going to get some depth charges ready, as many as possible. I think I don't want this to escape. And I'm going to slow down with this destroyer here. just a tad to help our sonar get into contact with that, and we are going to turn in just in case it does fire torpedoes over there to the Napier. But this is the destroyer I am more worried about. Doesn't look like it's launched anything just yet. Might actually want to slow down, to be honest, because we'll overshoot it otherwise. Was worried that it would fire off torpedoes as soon as it comes in contact, but it does look like it is submerging there. So we are going to slow down to make sure we don't overshoot that and help our sonar out a little bit there. And of course to go down to the cheap view and look underneath us as well to try and get that off as soon as possible. Yeah, here we are. Let's slow down and slow right down because it is going to pass right under us. And I think fire off our torpedoes right about now. See what happens there. And actually I want to not turn, I want to reverse actually. Try and help that out a bit. Not guessing, yeah, the depth charge is just a little too far away from us I think there, which is rather unfortunate. We are going to have to come in. I think we'll get the Napier over here to just stop and help our sonar out just that much better. It's a fine art hunting submarine, I think. Very fine art indeed, hunting submarines. You know what, we're going to have to turn around, I think, fully with the Nesta here. Just increase our speed a tad and turn around. And try and get that just a little closer before it escapes. I am very thankful it didn't fire off any torpedoes, because we may well have lost a destroyer at that range. Not the greatest chance of evading it there. I'll see you when we are in range again. This may take some time. Okay, so we are now in range yet again, just over the submarine here. So we're going to try and match its speed and once again drop some not torpedoes. I don't know why I keep saying torpedoes. Got the submarine in my head now. So an attack of the mind rather than anything else here. It is still going forwards, so we will carry on our current course. I am going to slow down just a tad to help our depth charges, not our torpedoes of course, and they're looking a lot better, aren't they? Right on target. Lovely stuff. I am very glad this isn't a hunting pack though. That group of three is still lurking about somewhere, unless this is the one we did not manage to hit and the other two have decided to go back to repair. But some very nice hits there, indeedy. And we're just going to double check where we are over it. I might drop just a couple more for it actually, just to be nice. Better be safe than sorry. Lovely stuff. Brilliant. Well, that's everything around Guadalcanal that much safer. And you know what? The Wasp is safe, and so is our supply convoy with troops and supplies on top of that. And that would have been a massive investment lost there if it did get intercepted by the submarine. Nothing we could have done about that. So we are going to carry on patrolling forwards just in case there is another group, and then we're going to head back and join this group again and split us off once again. I did merge the two groups very briefly just in case the submarines did go over here and caught the cruisers short without destroyer escort there. Thought that would probably be the wiser move there. However, you can see some fighters over here. I have launched 12 fighters myself from the Wasp and the Bogue to try and intercept them. I was chasing another group of fighters down here. Looks like they're going to the New Hebrides for some reason, which is why these Wildcats are all the way over here. So we're going to try and intercept them and see what happens. Just to see what they are, really. I bet they're Zeros, but I've no idea why they're coming down here. Likely just scouting, but it's rather aggressive scouting to send three groups over there, because there was this other one going down towards the New Hebrides as well. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully our supplies will get to Guadalcanal safe and sound very soon. So they're not Zeros. There's actually just loads and loads of Hayabusas about. I have already given some orders to attack. It's so weird that Hayabusas are coming out this deep into our territory. They only have 600 or so kilometers of range, 700 at the very most. This should not be out here. They're not launched by any aircraft carriers. We can look over that in a minute just to double check, but very, very strange. AI cheating with endurance levels there, of course. It is easy to say that, but if that's not the case, I am rather worried. But we are going to be fine here. We are going to be fine. We've got so many. We've got 24 Wildcats on the case here. So this should very much be our engagement in the bag there. Just going to micromanage this a tad among the mess of Wildcats we have here. Because it looks like we have some three fighters here that no one is trying to attack. So I'm just going to go for those. It's just trying to find a Wildcat that's in a decent position to get them, to be honest. It's a good problem to have. Very good problem to have. Too many Wildcats to handle. Does look like these are getting on the back of some Wildcats, actually. This one, is he going to? Yeah, very nice indeed. Very, very nice indeed. This is going to be some very safe skies afterwards. But we have lost 2 Wildcats, which is rather annoying. Rather annoying. I would love an engagement where we didn't lose any planes, but it can't have everything. Mistakes will be made. Pilots are not the combat aces we'd hope them to be. We might lose another one here. No. Come on. I got ganged up on just a little bit too hard there, which is rather unfortunate. We are slowly whittling them down. Let's take a report to see exactly what's happened. Yeah, half of them are down. Another 6 to go. Not too bad at all. Just trying to, again, get these Wildcats in a decent position because they seem to change their targets just a tad. We're going to move a few around over here. It look like they're in spare positions, at least on the map, to get some Hyabusses down. What is this one going for? Let's get some on the back over here, actually, and see how this goes for now. Obviously, the map, probably not the best tool to use at the moment. Lost another Wildcat there. It's far heavier than I'd have liked. Far, far heavier than I'd have liked. New contact. Oh, there's even more. It's like a whole carrier, 2 airfields worth of Hyabusses here. What is going on? And more. What the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on here? This is disgusting amounts. We may have to send our carriers back just to restock our fighters after this. This is... oh my god. Oh my god, I'm glad I launched as many as I could. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But we are getting down more Hyabusses here. Let's try and fire off here a little bit early. Nah, the lead's just not quite right. They've lost another Wildcat. Not great at all. Just in awe. I'm lost for words. I'm going to leave it to cinematic for a second while I collect my thoughts. And it's finally over. How much do you want to bet that this fighter here and this fighter here are Hyabusses as well? There were 21 enemies in that engagement there, and we did manage to get rid of all of them. I think to 8 losses ourselves. You know what? Could have gone worse. I'll happily take it. Disgusting. Did only lose, that was 8 between both carriers, so it's definitely not worth going to restock just yet. Having lost just 4 each. Absolutely fine there. I'll accept that. Does mean clearer skies, like I say. Hopefully that's taken something away from here. I am going to double check, like I said, what the availability of Hyabusses is on carriers. It really shouldn't be anything. It's disgusting. Yeah, just zeros on their main carriers there, Shokaku, Hiyo and Ryujo. Of course Ryujo's down anyway. Only roofs here really, zeros of course, but no Hyabusses across their carrier escorts, which is not surprising, but it really makes me wonder where they're coming from. They should not have the range from, what, lie is where they're coming from. 1800 kilometers there. It's disgusting stuff. That's just wrong. Absolutely wrong. They do not have that range. Or what they're coming from? Are the Shortland Islands? It might. Nah, Hayabusa's have 600 or so range. They're not going to make that. That's just not right. I don't know. I'm baffled. If anyone knows in the comments, maybe it is just the AI cheating. Who knows? Just a little bit baffled there. Anyway, let's get on with our own moves. We are going to launch, if we can, some more bow fighters out with some bombs, just to scout around again, see what we can get over here towards their own bases again, and we're going to launch the same over here, just to double up. See if we can get any perhaps single cargo ships again. We are going to launch some. I don't really have any lightnings available. Going to try and launch some air cobras then and try and intercept this group if they do go after the bow fighters here. I am of course going to launch some more scouts over here. See exactly what these groups are here. I'm sure this is just some destroyers, but I'm going to check this group as well. Just in case they are something decent, I am going to launch the Catalinas with bombs. If they are destroyers, we can certainly hit them just fine. Well, I say just fine after losing previously, but we'll be okay there. I'll see you in a second. And just as expected, the bow fighters were intercepted by those fighters there. It does appear to be zeros this time, so I'm expecting it to be more than these two that we've spotted here. I am going to launch some orders off for the bow fighters to gang up on the zeros we do see. We are on the rear of them, so hopefully we get a nice approach on top of that. A nice leading shot there, but it does look like they're coming in. And yeah, there's inevitably more zeros coming in there. We have already lost a bow fighter, not great at all there. Yeah, definitely some more zeros here. Hopefully just these, but you never know. You never know. Let's get these firing off soon. Hopefully we can get some collateral as we're turning around, but it doesn't appear to be the case there. Not a problem at all. Going to get to this bow fighter to go for the zero we're not targeting, like that. And hopefully we'll be able to turn the, of course they are armed with bombs and are rather heavy fighters anyway, so turning not the easiest thing there. Our air cobras are coming in at full speed to try and help out, but that may be a tad too late. So they are still quite a way off. Not too sure what they're doing wiggling like that. What exactly is the range? 6 kilometers. It should be okay if our bow fighters can hold out for just that little bit longer. But they do appear to be having trouble turning, like I say. Let's try and get some shots off early, see if we can just... Nah, he's just ignoring it. Well, we did manage to down all of those zeros, but at the expense of 2 bow fighters. I am going to tell them to return to base just because our attacking power has been severely reduced because of that. I'm going to also launch some... Can I? No, I've got to wait just a little bit longer. Bit worried about where these fighters are going, a little too close to our supplies over here. Otherwise, I'll see you again in a second with another report. So kicking off today, very defensive today. Alrighty then, so our Catalinas have come into contact with that small task force north of Santa Isabel, and it is just 2 destroyer escorts out and about doing their own thing. So I am going to tell them to bomb them, try and get some hits off. That would be lovely stuff, wouldn't it? Just going to rearrange their attack pattern here, because the destroyers are, of course, trying to evade us. How already bloody unacceptable of them, actually. They should not be doing that under any circumstances. Actually, this group, I think I'm going to tell to line ahead and just go straight for this destroyer, like that, which should be absolutely fine. But it is a bit pot luck as well with these attacks recently, isn't it? Going to compress time just a tad. try and get into position there. And actually, you know, this group doesn't necessarily need to line ahead here because of how they are manoeuvring, how the destroyers are manoeuvring. So we're going to tell them to Vic again, and I'm actually going to tell them to attack from here, and that would be lovely stuff. This group, let's just get all of our attacks off and hope for the best, as we usually do, of course. No real thought of who needs strategy in a strategy game. And of course, only one hit, because why wouldn't it be? But not to worry, not the most threatening task force there, of course. We didn't lose any Catalinas, so not a loss at all. So yeah, just scouting again, really. What we're going to be doing is just getting our supplies over here, and we'll take it from there if we do not spot anything in the meantime. Again, fighters just going over the New Hebrides here. Don't know what they're trying to achieve. There's nothing there, but of course the AI doesn't know that, of course, so we'll leave them to it. I'll see you in a second. Actually, yeah, this was going to rearm its torpedoes. I was wondering if it could go back and hit something, but we have expended a lot of torpedoes, so we'll leave us at that. And it appears that on the way back from the New Hebrides, the enemy planes have come into contact with our Bogue, so we are going to attack them, of course. We have launched 12, our full flight of Wildcats there, a full 12 Wildcats. Lovely stuff. Let's just get some orders off to make sure we do hit all of the enemy planes. And once again, they are Hayabussas. It makes me wonder what's going on. Maybe the game's bugged. They must be zeros, really. Come on. We have shot down the first Hayabussa there. And the Wildcats decided to take the Strangers, of course, to intercept the rest. Definitely trying to get a lead on them, but not doing it the best way, I'd say. I'd certainly fly a little bit different, but I'm not a pilot. I do not know. I merely watch Pixel pilots. It's just, let's just keep going. We are easily going to win this, of course. If we lose anything, I'll be very disappointed, as ever. There's one. Lovely stuff. Let's go over to this one. Just quickly tab over. So quickly tab over. There we go. Got 3 on this one I have, so surely he's down. Surely someone, there we go, can get a decent lead on him. That'd be lovely. Excellent stuff. Just the one to go. Just the one to go now, guys. Come on, come on. Do it for, do it for Mother America. Do it for Uncle Sam. There you go. Come on, come on, come on. And I am rather disappointed that we did lose a Wildcat from that. I am going to leave them, of course, out and about. They are going to... where are we? There we go. We're going to just keep cover over the Bogue, just in case there are any more planes dotting about. Don't want to have landed them, only to be intercepted yet again before we have refueled. So let's go on. We are very close to Guadalcanal now with our supplies. And that should be it. I am, of course, going to launch some more scouts. You can see rather a lack of scouts about. So you need to wait just a little while before we get some more of them. Going to launch the usual lightnings with rockets out here for the usual purposes of endurance and ability to hit light targets. That is a very nice bit of utility we get off of them there. Going to launch some Kissy Hawks just for the sake of short range scout and protection there. And I'm going to try and launch, I want to launch some Beauforts off of here, I think. What can we launch that might have some, yeah, decent bomb there? That'd be very nice indeed. Going to actually bring those to the, well, can't I hit them again? Going to actually bring those down to the south over here. I get the feeling there might be something there more than the submarine we spotted earlier, just to be safe. If not, then absolutely fine. At least we know for sure then. That is, of course, the point of scouting. We're going to launch some Catalinas off of Rennell Island just for the sake of long-range scouting in this open water here. We should really launch some Wildcats actually, shouldn't we, to do that job as well. Going to launch 4 just so they can defend themselves. They do have a bit of endurance as well. They're going to go, I think, just in that sort of direction there, just to see what's out there. I'll see you in a second. And it does appear that our troops and supplies have finally reached Guadalcanal yet again, so we are going to unload all cargo there, as you should do, and we have a lot of supplies here now. That is very, very nice, and finally some decent troop count. We will, of course, need to resupply that again because we are going to expend 2.4 thousand to upgrade to a level 2 airfield. So that will be the thing on the, well, next thing on their agenda over here. Going to come all the way down to the New Hebrides because by the time they get there we should be resupplied, and we do have enough supplies over there as it is for that mission anyway. Did we have anything on top here? We had engineering and fuel and just a few supplies on the destroyer there. That'd be great stuff, but it is this that I'm really looking forward to getting to Guadalcanal here because we do have some supplies and a lot of engineering to boot. So let's try and do that. Nothing really spotted out here, to be honest. It does appear that we have a Jake in the area. We're going to try and tail that rather than shoot it down, see where that's coming from. Otherwise, not a lot to report otherwise. Alrighty then, so all our scouting operations have picked up so far is this itty bitty little destroyer out by itself. The poor thing looks like a Minakaze or a Kamikaze out here. What we're going to do, we have launched 12. We have launched 12 Dauntlesses. Some would say overkill, but we didn't know exactly what was here. And to be honest, with our record of hitting things, we are probably not overcompensating, I'd say. I'd say this is probably just about right for us, you know. So we're going to line ahead with 2 groups, and that is going to tail it, come out like that, should be fine there. And we are going to get everyone else to carry on as normal and try and approach it from the side there. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Let's do that and keep going. Nothing to worry about here. Of course, just the one minor destroyer here should be absolutely easy. And of course, if this were my destroyer, it would definitely be sunk. But you never know with this game. You really never know. It giveth and it taketh. So we're just going to adjust this a little bit better. That's the wrong button. There we go, just a bit like that, I think. Just going to see how these turn around towards the destroyer there. No need to rush at all. And you know what, I think that's going to be fine. Let's tell them to attack. And this lot, I don't think that's quite right, is it? Let's just tell them to turn down a little bit and go like that. And while they're turning, we can decide to tell them to attack, can't we? And I think that will do. Let's tell these groups to attack as well, just so we don't forget about them while we're watching this, of course, because we have been known to do that, haven't we? Now then. Of course, the thing about dive bombers is they will get the extra accuracy because of the dive. But whether that is true here or not, a dud! Yes! Gotta love your duds, haven't you? But we did hit it with 4 other bombs, so this should be fine. He says. Should be fine. Yeah, okay, so that's great stuff. Let's take a report. That is heavy damage. We are causing some extra explosions there. You know what? We can always come down back to strafe it, can't we? It's just the one ship there. We're not going to lose anything major, are we? Surely we won't. Surely we won't. The RNG wouldn't do us that dirty, would it? So it is listing rather heavily. We need to get this down. Would feel rather a waste to not sink this with 12 Dauntlesses here. You know? And there we go. Tell me it's not worth strafing now. Definitely got that down. So yeah, I think we're going to try and get these supplies over to Guadalcanal. If we don't see anything major in between, that may be the end of the episode there. Yeah, been another quiet one, hasn't it? We seem to go peaks and troughs with the action here. Scaring the Japanese off, of course, after hitting the Ryuho previously, of course. But we'll see. Do, of course, need to launch some more scouts, but it is nighttime hours now, so we do need to get back and hope for the best there. Okay, so I did actually load up some troops on the Marne to take Vealivea once again, but of course on the way we are being intercepted by Emily's and Mavis's, so we did launch 12 Wildcats off of the Wasp to try and intercept them. Does look like we're going to be successful here. I have broken off into two groups, one group to attack the Mavis's over here. Well, these are actually Emily's. They misidentified them previously. I do apologise, very clearly Emily's there. And another group to go for the larger group over here. This group over here is going over to the Marne just in case we do miss any. Hopefully they'll be able to come back round on another approach to get them. I am going to tell these to speed up just a tad because I am not liking the speed at all. It's taking far too long to catch up with some flying boats here. Hopefully we get this in the one pass. We are on the rear approach. Nah, of course not, of course not. It does appear to be the only planes about though, so what I'm going to do is just pause very quickly and get the first group to come over and attack the leading group, the larger group of Emily's over here, like that, just to go hopefully over here and make sure they go down. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. We have already shot down one Emily over here, and that is great news, great news. But that won't be it. I'm sure these torpedo bombers are, of course, Mavis's as well. Do not worry about this. I have already scouted this out. It is just a Fibiki and another destroyer escort, not a cruiser, which this icon might indicate. So we're going to drop these supplies off on Guadalcanal, perhaps shoot down these Mavis's, and that should be it for today, folks. Okay, so it does appear that both of our supply ship convoys here have made us in range of Guadalcanal finally. So let's unload all cargo with this one and unload all cargo with this one. Lovely stuff. How does that put us? So we do have enough to go to a level 2 airfield finally. Let's go. Lovely stuff. So we do actually have some supplies for the next level. We do, of course, need some more engineering and fuel, but that will be coming in the next couple of days, of course, because we are going to get resupplied, as I say. How does that affect our air groups? We do get some Mitchells off of there. That is lovely stuff. And, of course, doubling the amount of planes we get otherwise, which is amazing. This is some very nice utility off of Guadalcanal. Very, very happy to finally get that. But I think that is going to be it for today, everyone. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for staying with me through yet another quiet episode. Now, that is rather sad there. But unfortunately, it's just this game does not go at the pace you want sometimes. It does come peaks and troughs, but not a problem. I will see you in the next episode. In the meantime, I hope all your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.